Hey, thanks for stopping by today. It's great to see you again. And today we're going to talk about the 4 biggest mistakes I see people make in relation to their estate planning for their real estate. Can we all agree that one day all of us are going to die? And if that's the case and you own real estate, then you want to make sure that you have a plan in place that fulfills your wishes and make sure that you don't put your family in a bad position or create a mess for your family. So let's jump into it. Again, I said there are 4 big mistakes that I see people make. And number 1 is not formalizing a plan for your estate before you die. And key there is before you die, because once you're dead, you can't make a plan. And so at a minimum, in my opinion, you need to set up a will that tells your family what you want done with your real estate, how you want it disposed of, how they are to divide it, and then who's going to be in control of it. At a minimum, a will. Secondly, it'll be easier for your family if you have a trust, because a will is probated and becomes public record. Everyone's going to be able to see what's going on in your state if they want. They have to go down to the court to get the information, but it's public information. Whereas with a trust, whoever you decide is going to be your trustee can just start working on settling your estate the day after you die. So here's what I would say: make a plan. One more thought along these lines: if you don't make a plan, guess what? You do have a plan. And that plan is the one prescribed by law. When you die without an estate plan, it's called dying intestate, which means that you don't have a plan. And so therefore, the government will overlay the law on your estate and they'll distribute the proceeds as per the law. Now, there may be a relative in your family that you don't want having any part of your estate, and there may be another relative that you want having more of your estate. Without a plan, if that relative that you're not that fond of is further up the tree in the government's plan, then they're going to get more of your estate or maybe all of it. So let me reiterate again: have a plan, because if you don't, you're leaving your family a mess, a potential mess. And, be an adult, do the right thing, do your homework, and be professional. Take care of your business. Real estate is too important to leave to the government. And number 2 is they give the property to their family members while they're alive. And that's a perfectly valid way of giving a property away to family. Now, a lot of people don't consider something called tax basis when they give that property away. And if you don't consider that, you don't tell your family members that they need to be worried about that, you could end up creating a huge problem for your family after you pass. So let me talk about 2 scenarios. Let's say you bought a property in 1980 for $100,000. And the day before you die, while you're alive, you give it to your son. And let's say that the current market value is $1 million. So you give it to your son today. You pass away tomorrow. And the next day, your son decides to sell the property at fair market value, $1 million. Sounds great, right? Here's the potential problem. Your tax basis in the property is $100,000. He's selling it for $1 million. So everything above that tax basis more than likely is taxable. So if he has a $900,000 capital gain and his combined state and federal tax rate is 30%, that means he's going to pay $270,000 in taxes. So that's scenario number 1. Scenario number 2, same property, paid $100,000 for it in 1980. Current market value is $1 million. Let's say that you died today, and via your estate plan, your son inherits it today, okay? Tomorrow, he decides to sell it for $1 million, okay? Same numbers, all right? How much do you think he owes in capital gains taxes potentially on this setup of your estate? Are you ready? Can you say more than likely zero? So by having a plan, you set up your family to succeed and keep the government from getting a significant portion of your estate. So that's why I'm an advocate of if you can, not giving your property to your children while you're alive. Let them inherit it. They get stepped up bases. The tax consequences are zero, if not much smaller, and everybody's happier. And, you know, I'm all for paying the taxes you owe, but if you can help your family keep money that they otherwise would have paid in taxes, then I would say that's a good thing. All right? So don't give property away while you're alive. Think about it.